Can you see my screen คะ Can you see my screen ค่ะ
I can see ค่ะ
ค่ะ so I link this cell the loan reserve with the option box here, and then I also link the loan term, so 10-year with this one, and 20-year with this one, and 30-year with this one. And also for the interest for the down payment, also link this cell with 10%, this cell with 15%, and this cell with 20%. And after that, I insert this formula, 1 minus the down payment percent and times by the purchase price minus if there any the loan reserve. And after that, I insert this payment formula as follow ค่ะ
you can put minus in front of the formula. I mean, after the equal sign, so you can make it as a positive number. Okay, it's more realistic. Very good. Thank you very much ค่ะ So what's your name คะ
Yanisa from group 5 ค่ะ
Yanisa, what's your nickname
ขนุนค่ะ
ขนุน โอเคค่ะ KANOON
KHANOON ค่ะ
Okay, jackfruit Thank you very much ค่ะขนุน
ค่ะ
Okay, very good ค่ะ Thank you Okay so I guess what she did is correct already anyone has any question regarding to this question คะ Do you want me to do it again or you all done with this question คะ You I want you to speak more นะคะ Wake up please
all done
โอเคค่ะ what you say again ค่ะ I can't hear you properly
Yeah, I say we are all done ครับ
Okay ค่ะ very good so you are all done นะคะ I don't need to repeat again นะคะ Okay so what we want to do today here is we finish the first one worksheet control we continue with simulation a little bit more and then we move on to the user form so you can do your project mini project with the user form which is second from the last project right and then we're gonna if we have more time we go to macro or introduction to VBA okay so actually we have another project before the user form is thing like I want you to do like bootstrapping, but you have to find your own company for company and then you can do it as the same way what we did in the class and then submit it. So that would be the bootstrap project. So you have to get full company stock price and then you will have to calculate the return of that full stock that you chose and then do bootstrapping or resampling because you want to know if you repeat the same number by random what would you get or what would your portfolio value thing like that so I would like you to do bootstrapping with another full stock okay and then the user form here I didn't share my screen right sorry oh my god and then So we finish worksheet control and we're gonna do simulation more a bit. And then what I say is user form. The user form here gonna be the second from the last project that you're gonna have to submit. So I will cover here so you have more time to do this. Okay, it's not difficult. It's very easy one. The most easiest project among yours. Okay, and and if we have more time, we're gonna do here macro or introduction to VBA. Okay. So everyone, please, can you open the new worksheet as a new one? Okay. And then on your blackboard here, okay, you can open this file simulation exercise here. Okay. Are you up to this point yet?
Yes ครับ
Okay,ค่ะ.
Yes
Very good. So we have already done this last time, simulation stock price, and then here or bootstrapping. We did it, and it's going to be your project, group project as well. Okay, and then we did this. We haven't done this. We cracked a password here. We haven't do this one, so probably we can start with this one. Okay. Suppose that we want if the APR or annual percentage rate change over times or over 30 years. Normally before midterm, when we calculate the future value, we just fix interest into one number. But suppose it's not fixed, it's varying. And then we don't quite sure how change the interest would it be? What should it be? So there's a way that we can do this in Excel. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna create a one trial first. The one trial mean that suppose that you have initial value or you have deposit money in a bank or in a mutual fund, or you have invest 60,000. This is just the number that I made up. Okay. And then number of year. So year annual percentage rate or interest 4%. Okay. So with these three variables, okay, so we can find the future value after 30 years by using future value Excel function, or we can use the formula FV equal to PV multiplied by 1 plus I power n, thing like that, to get the final balance. Okay. So this is the input data or one trial, the first trial here. Okay. So your future value here gonna be equal to today's value multiplied by 1 plus I here power n, right? So this is the first trial. Our first trial. Okay. So the way that we can vary our APR here, suppose that we guess that it's gonna change, it's not fixed, it's gonna be varied over time. So how we gonna do this? Okay, so we gonna use the function. Suppose that we think that it's gonna the distribution of the data over 30 years gonna be a normal distribution. So we're gonna use the function invert here. But by using this function, you need to have what you expected value or the average value and variance, or actually it can be risk and return, thing like that. Okay. So here, suppose that I put it here, volatility. Suppose that we guess that it in the boundary of 0.3% from its mean. So when we do this, our APR can be changed over 30 years, and our final balance here. So it's 30 years. So let's do it simple way. Okay. So over the 30 year, we predict that the APR gonna change in the range of 0.3% from its mean. So we're gonna use norm invert here. Okay. So the probability is the one that we're gonna random. So we ran. So because ran will give 0 to 1 or probability 0 to 100%, thing like that. Okay. And then mean here is gonna be this 4%. Don't forget to fix it to by press F4. And then standard deviation of volatilities is here, F4. Okay. And that's it. So we're gonna random how it change over times. Okay. And then you can calculate it year by year. So the first year should be last year here, multiply by 1 plus I. Okay, because year by year, power 1 is still, we don't need to. Okay. And then for the next year would equal to the last year, multiply by 1 plus I, sorry, I here, F, no, F4. Okay. And then we can just copy down. Okay, so over 30 years, if you press F9, you see that your final number is here. Your balance is here. So I'm gonna ask you to do it for 100 times. The same thing 100 times. So if you remember when we did things like this last time, okay, we use data table to help us to do that. So I'm gonna test the breakout room as well. So please, okay, นัทภา because only you Nat Akarima and Natapa in room 6 do you want to join with room sorry in room 7 you want to join with Jump in room 6 Attawut and Natnisha Akarima Natapa คะ or you okay you enjoy two of you
it's okay ค่ะ
okay นะคะ so you will be only two in the group what about Jump and Natnisha คะ do you want to join group 4 ค่ะรุยากับ and ศิรดา they are only two of that or you okay with your two อัธวุฒินัทนิชา hello
โอเคค่ะ
โอเคนะคะรุยา are you alright คะศิรดา
yes ค่ะ
โอเคนะคะโอเคค่ะ start นะคะโอเค I give you 4 to 5 minutes นะคะ
จำอยากดูสูตร APR กับ saving ช่องหนึ่งอะไม่ทัน
ฮ่าฮ่าโอเคได้ เห็นไหม
เห็นแป๊บต้องมีจุดระหว่างนอมกับ INV ด้วยเหรอ
ไม่รู้ว่ามันขึ้นมาเองอะ
โอเค
เดี๋ยวนะ น่ามีนะ saving ก็ as you would expect เลยอะ
อ่า อ๋อ โอเค เข้าใจเลย
แต่อันนี้ก็จะเป็นอันนี้
ได้เลย ได้แหละ ขอบคุณฮะ
ครับ มันมีนอมแบบ
คิดว่าไม่น่าจะมีจุดนะ
ของเราก็มีแบบไม่มีจุดด้วย แต่มันขึ้นว่าเป็นเวอร์ชันเก่าเลยดิ
อ่ะ
แล้วว่ามันได้คล้ายๆกันนะ
โอเค
จริงเหรอ
อืม
data table ทำไงวะลืม
จำไม่ได้เหมือนกัน ไม่รู้ว่าทำไมเขาถึงแบบหมายถึงว่าไม่เก็ตว่า100คือต้องใส่เป็น100ช่องเลยเหรอ Data Table มันคือ sensitivity analysis ป่ะ
ใช่
มันก็คือต้องมานั่งใส่ปีเองใส่ต่างๆเองอ่ะนะงงๆนิดนึง
อืม อ๋อ แล้วมันทำเหมือนเดิมไปเลยเว้ย อืม จำไม่ค่อยได้ว่ะ แต่เหมือนว่าถ้า data set ของเรามันมีความ random อยู่อะ data table มันก็จะ random ให้เองเลย
อ่าฮะนั่นคือเราก็ต้องตั้งแบบว่าคอลัมน์ใหม่ ตั้งแบบอีกอันนึงใหม่เหรอหรือทำต่อวะงงอ่ะ
มันอยู่ที่30 year ถูกแล้ว เราสร้างคอลัมน์ใหม่ เราหาที่ทำอันนั้น
BIOS
1-100 เดี๋ยวแป๊บๆเขาคงเรียกกลับแล้วเนี่ย
ไม่เป็นว่ะอันการบ้านก็ยังไม่ได้ทำแบบ เมื่อกี้ไม่ได้ฟังเขาก็เลยยังไม่ได้ทำแล้ววันนี้แบบเปลี่ยนคอมขโมยคอมน้องมา ใช้ Windows ใช่ปะแล้วก็แบบไม่ถนัดเลยแบบหาอะไรไม่ค่อยเจอ ต้องลิงก์กับอะไรวะจำแบบไอตัว data table เราต้องหา คือมันจะต้องมี base 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 cell ใช่ไหมมันเรียกว่าอะไรวะ
นั่นน่ะดิเดี๋ยวนะเราเพิ่งสร้างคอลัมน์เสร็จเอง
mean เอ๊ะ mean ของ APR อย่างเงี้ยหรอ average APR กับ average saving เหรอแปลกๆป่าวะ
อืมเดี๋ยวลอง
หรือช่อง
ทำแป๊บ
สุด
นึง
ท้าย
What the fuck
ช่องปีสุดท้ายไหม ช่องปีที่30
โอ้ยลืมจริงเรียนข้ามมึงก็ลืมนิดนึงอย่างงี้ไม่ไหววะ
แล้ว column input cell คือ
แต่มึง
อะไรวะ
จะได้ละ
จ่ายอะไรเป็น column input cell
ใส่เลขอะไรก็ได้ด้านขวา
ไม่อะ
เดี๋ยวนะเดี๋ยวแชร์ให้ดูแป๊บนึงดีกว่าเห็นไหม
อ่าฮะ
นี่คือไอ้นั่นสร้างร้อยสร้างร้อยแถวก่อนใช่ไหม
อ่าฮะ อ่าฮะ
เสร็จแล้วอันนี้เราก็จับเท่ากับอันนี้ใช่ไหม
ปี31คือตรงไหนวะ
ข
ปี
อง
ที่
เราเป็น
30เหรอ
ของเราคือ saving ปี30ใช่
อ่าฮะ
เสร็จแล้วเราก็คุมแบบนี้
อ่าฮะ
แล้วก็ไป data table column input cell อะเลือกเป็นเราคิดว่าเลือกเป็นอันไหนก็ได้ในนี้เลย
เลือกเป็น year นะ
ใช่เพราะว่า year ไม่มีผลต่อ calculation เลยไอ้พวกนี้มันมาจากการ random แบบนี้ทั้งนั้นอะเก็ตปะ
อืมเฮ้ยมันต้องเลือก30หรือเปล่า
ไม่
แบบ
ดูนะ
เราต้องเลือก year สุดท้ายปะ
ดู
อะไรก็
นะ
ได้เลยเหรอ
เลือก year 1ดูนะเหมือนเดิม
อ๋อ
เพราะว่ามันไม่ได้ใช้ year 1ในการคำนวณอันสุดท้ายแล้วมันก็ไม่ได้ใช้ year อันสุดท้ายในการคำนวณอันสุดท้ายเหมือนกัน
อืม
โอเคแต่จะกล้าแชร์หรือเปล่า
ไม่กล้า
โชคดีครับ
Anyone want to share with us คะ
I want to try ค่ะอาจารย์
Yes please
So I use this base case ค่ะอาจารย์ and I do the data table for 100 sample ก็ sorry ค่ะ this one I'm not sure if it's correct this one I link to this one
Okay
And
so
that's-
your data table gonna be okay very good ค่ะ thank you very much ค่ะ
thank you ค่ะ
good ค่ะ ขอบคุณค่ะ so you are can you introduce yourself a bit please
ค่ะ I'm from group 2 ค่ะ สุพิศราค่ะอาจารย์
สุพิศรา what your nickname คะ
เอมมี่ค่ะ
นะ
เอมมี่ค่ะ
เอมมี่นะคะ
ค่ะ
Okay ค่ะ so I think I'm gonna combine two group together รุยา are you okay คะ to combine with group 6 คะ or you okay with two of you คะรุยา
anything is okay ค่ะอาจารย์
Okay ค่ะ Okay I think more is more in entertaining นะคะ so you can talk with your friend is it okay นะคะ more student you get more entertaining talking to them นะคะ Okay ค่ะ very good ค่ะ then we continue Sorry. So here so I'm gonna do it the same way as he นะคะ Is it here Okay Emmy okay. So here trial 1 to 1000 right so here I can to row 1000 I don't need to okay row 1000 and then data table and then at the column input cells here I can link it to anywhere okay so suppose I link it to somewhere outside the selected range here can link it here or wherever outside the selected range and so I get this number okay so on trial 100 times what we get here the number is not that varied that much because we set the volatility here as only 0.3%. Okay. Okay, very good นะคะ Can you plot a graph from here? Suppose that I would like you to plot a graph of APR and saving. How what you think if I want you to plot linear graph APR and saving how you gonna do that คะ You know that one is percentage each one is monetary term and the scale is totally different so what the keyword that thing come up on your mind if you want to do this คะ the keyword if you have to plot two graphs in the same graph what could you do คะ
scatter plot ค่ะ
And then what else คะ secondary axis ใช่ไหมคะ is that what you think
yes ค่ะ
okay ค่ะ very good so what's your name คะ darling
โชติกาค่ะ
okay ค่ะ thank you ค่ะ Shodika Shodika what group you are in คะ
กรุ๊ป3ค่ะ
okay ค่ะ Shodika what's your nickname คะ
ปิงปองค่ะ
okay now okay so if I have to plot a scatter I will have to include this one as well okay and then insert scatter with number with the mark here okay and then we know that one of it must be on the secondary axis here is the percentage so the other one must be here as the monetary term thing like that so what we're gonna do it here is we right click and then change chart type and select combo here okay so both of them here one should be on the second and then this is the scatter with line on it and this one gonna be scatter with line on it okay so if I press F9 it seems to me that the we can start it at 3% here because the APR 4% and wear it here so I can start at 3% 0.03 here okay so it's getting better if you look if we press F9 so you see that the interest here is varied in the boundary of 0.3% and the future value or the balance after 30 years gonna change over time like this okay so this is the second exercise today so we can change the name here as very APR okay and next I haven't okay we can put a graph here I haven't reserved a place for the graph so we can put it down here okay and then our next exercise here gonna be risk analysis here okay suppose that we have the demand that we forecast like 10,000 20,000 40,000 60,000 and we have probability that each one how it gonna happen here okay so we can create a first trial here suppose that we're going to produce 20,000 here okay and then we random the demand as the random number here. Okay, and then after we get the random number, we can look to the demand here. So it's 85%. So the demand here that we get here is 60%. So can anyone tell what Excel function that I use to get 60% from this table คะ
Is it percentile ค่ะ
percentile is okay, and but I look from this table what the most easiest way. Can you tell?
Is it if
85 huh?
is it if function ครับ
No, not if.
Is we look up ครับ
Okay, we look up. Very good ค่ะ Thank you very much. Okay, what's your name คะ
จริง from group 2 ครับ
จริง
วิทวิทย์ครับ
วิทวิทย์นะคะ I say จริง first. Okay, and then so we look up to look for this percentage from this table to get 60,000. Okay, and then we put in our unit cost and price per unit. Okay, and then we get the revenue from our real production and what is the total cost and the profit here. Okay, then we're gonna do data table here for suppose that 100 times. So this is the first trial. So it means that we're gonna do it like a 100 trial here. Okay. So what we're gonna do it here, listen carefully. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna use data table to do it here,นะคะ. Data table to do it here. So what you can do it here is, can anyone tell คะ Can anyone tell คะ if I put it this way, okay, I want you to try นะ 5 minutes นะคะ from here นะคะ risk analysis here you can try this นะคะ okay 5 minutes นะคะ where is the okay I'm gonna ask Ruya and Silada to join with Arthawut and Natnisha นะคะ Akrima you want to join them too คะ Are you okay Akrima and Natapa do you want to join group 6 as well are you okay with you two คะ
จอยก็ได้ค่ะ
join นะคะ okay the group 6 become bigger okay โอเคค่ะ anyone or any group นะคะ want to share with us ค่ะ please come up no one group one ค่ะ have you done all ธรรมทัศน์ can you do that ครับ
not finish ครับ
not
not
finish and you need more time thing like that or you want to do it with me or you need more time ครับธรรมทัศน์
I think we can do it with you ครับ
okay what about other group คะ
we
Group
can do
two
it with you ครับ
you want more time or you want to do it with me คะ
ดูวิดีโอครับอาจารย์
okay so I guess the rest should be the same นะคะ anyway we can do it together here นะคะ okay so I gonna add next worksheet and then I can change its name to thing like this okay so here we made the first trial 20,000 and then we random by the demand of our product, our unit cost, and our unit price. Sure. So please remember in input data here, people can change and then the result should change automatically. Okay. And then here we have random number. The demand that we forecast, what's going to happen in the next period. Okay. The probability that the demand is between 0 to 10% here. So 10% here 0 to 1. Oh, okay. And then 0 sorryนะคะ 0 to 0.1 and then 0.1 to 0.25 0.25 to 0.6 0.6 onward. Okay. Okay, but the way we have to construct the the way we have to construct the data table, we have to this down one row, so it's gonna be this thing like that. So here 25% and here is 60%. Okay, so this is the probability that we think for each demand to happen on the next period. Okay, so we use a random number to find the demand from this table. Okay, by using VLOOKUP here. The other two ค่ะwho tell me using if นะคะคุณอะไรคะ
ผมเองครับ
what's your name คะจำ what's group คะ
six ครับ
group 6 นะคะ and who tell me to use jump to use the percentile นะคะ
มีค่ะ one remaining from group 2 ค่ะ
two เหรอคะ
yes ค่ะ
อย่างนี้ปะว่านนะคะ โอเค
ค่ะ
so this is the probability that this gonna happen and then we organize this because we're gonna use VLOOKUP so when it find this it's gonna be thing here thing like that okay so we're gonna use random first okay and this is going to be random number not the accounting dollar okay so if I press F9 it should change okay and the demand here we're gonna use VLOOKUP we look up the random number here from this table and in column 2 is approximate max or you just leave it okay. So we get here 60,000 with the random number here as 98 so I keep on random okay so this is the first trial okay revenue first the revenue here is gonna be so the price is 6%. Okay. And if you produce less than the demand, the revenues, if you produce less than demand, forecasted demand, or random demand, then you have, then the revenue gonna be what you produce multiply by unit price or otherwise if you produce more than the demand so it's just the one only the one willing to buy that buy your product so you overproduction so it's going to be the demand here multiply that by the unit price okay so here it means that we have two solution. One is the product what we produce multiply by the unit price. Or the other solution here is the demand multiplied by the unit price here. So if you remember, we have Excel function, call it min. Okay. So whatever less between the two, we're gonna pick that one and multiply by the unit price. Okay, so we don't need to be worried that whether we over or under production. We just use Excel function min to manage the number for us. Okay. And total variable cost. So the total variable cost is not depend on who buy or who sell. It's or how many people buy or demand, but it depends on how many units that you produce. So it's just only one solution. What you produce, multiply by your unit cost here. Okay. Okay. And then, okay, so this is our first trial. The profit here gonna be equal to this minus this. Okay, so we can just do it 100 times or whatsoever that you want to do it. Suppose that we want to do it 1,000 times. Okay. So this is the first trial. We want to do it 1,000 times. But if I put 1,000 times in here, so I put 1,000 times down here. Okay. So you're gonna see the difference a bit here. We have different demand here. Sorry. 10. If I copy here, Control C and transpose here. Okay. And then one, I fill here with the series in column. Stop at 1,000. Okay. So I have 1,000 number down here. Okay. Sorry. And then I give you 3 minutes นะคะ to do this table ค่ะ 3 minutes นะคะ
งงจัดเลย ใครทำเป็นบ้างไหม
ไม่อะไม่รู้ว่าต้องลิงก์คอลัมน์กับอะไร
อันนี้คือเขาให้ทำ data table เหรอ
ไม่ใช่เหรอ
ใช่ปะ
คิดว่าใช่นะ
โอเค ขอร้อง
เร็วไปว่ะ
โอเคค่ะ โอเคค่ะ anyone want to share with us ค่ะ please group 1
not finished ครับ
finish นะคะ group 2 ล่ะคะ
Group 2 do not know how to do ครับ
not know how to do group 3 ล่ะคะ
not done yet
not done นะคะ okay guess all นะคะ so we can sorry to fasten โอเคนะคะ okay so what I say that okay this gonna be quite a bit different from before because this is not on the column here it's on the row here okay that's a bit different can I insert three more row here I select 3 row and right click insert okay so we're gonna have mean and probably standard deviation of the result here so I can link profit to this one or alternatively I can produce the okay that's why and then what we're gonna do it here is you can select this cell control shift and right arrow and control shift down control shift arrow down so you can select the whole table as what I did it here and then we go to data what if data table okay so because now your variable is not in column it's in row instead so we add the row input cells we gonna link it to what we produce here so it depends on what we produce here and then the column input cell you can put it anywhere outside what we select here okay so suppose I put it here okay and that's it นะคะ so okay if I press F9 it change so if I want to separate minus and plus suppose that if minus I want it to be in red so I'm gonna format this control shift right and down and then right click format cells here you can choose this or you can custom here and if you see red okay I see it here red red and then okay okay and then you can see that there are lots that get loss instead of profit however we should take an average here so it's equal to the average of this control shift down close the bracket enter then I can copy to the right okay and for standard deviation we can use stdev if you want or just stdev and then control shift down close the bracket oops sorry no okay that's why sorry control V okay and I can copy to the right no stdev okay ค่ะ So F9, F9, F9. So if you look at here, it seems that for always เลยนะคะ I don't know, but always 40,000 production would be the best solution here. See, it get the best profit, the most profitable number when you compare to these three. So you can decide to produce at 4,000 given that this is the probability of the demand of your product. So you can decide that you're gonna produce at 40,000 because it gives the most profit. We do it 1,000 times, we still get the result like this. Okay. Any question regarding to this one, ka? Yoo-hoo, are you okay, ka?
โอเคครับ
Have you done all, ka? You want me to wait? Have you all done, or you want me to wait a bit more, ka?
Wait a bit more, please.
Okay, ka.
Wait 1 minute, please.
Okay, ka.
อาจารย์ค่ะ
ค่ะ
why sometimes I got the 60,000 to be the most I got the most in the middle.
I see. When you do the average here, don't include this heading นะคะ just the result here
I
นะคะ
didn't include in
โอเคค่ะ so it depends นะคะมันเป็น is random อะค่ะ okay just make sure that everything you did is okay, that's fine นะคะ okay because it's a random number, anything can happen, but for me I find that 40,000 is the best if I have to produce my I'm gonna tell my factory manager to produce at 40,000 from my simulation here นะคะ yes but your is also correct นะคะ because it's the random number นะคะ but it's not 100% that it 40,000 is gonna be the greatest but most of the time นะคะ what about yours คะ most of the time หรือเปล่า not every time นะคะ but most of the time
not
ป่ะ
every time ค่ะ it's changing between 40,000 and 60,000 นะคะ
I see ค่ะ so which one you think you gonna produce ค่ะ how much how many sorry how many 40,000 or 60,000 unit ค่ะ
I think it's still 40,000 ค่ะ
ค่ะ okay sorry นะคะ this one is not dollar นะคะ is unit นะคะ production unit sorry so it gonna have to be number นะคะ sorry นะคะ so what we gonna produce is the unit of production ค่ะ sorry นะคะ okay so and this is the demand as a quantity demand okay. Have you all done คะ
I have a question ค่ะ I wonder why in total variable cost we have to like type C1 multiply C4 ค่ะ because when I try to use like minimum from C1 and C3 and then multiply by C4 the number in the data table is not the same, there is no minus there is no minus number like this one.
So what your question here is it revenue that you ask or what?
Total variable cost ค่ะ when I change my formula to be similar to the revenue one but just multiply with unit production cost
No our cost is not about the demand นะคะ it's what the real one that we produce นะคะ it not depend on the demand นะคะ so the
I mean
ค่ะ it
total
just what we
variable
produce so it's gonna be our cost นะคะ what we produce here is gonna be our cost so that's why I just use what we produce here
Oh I understand ค่ะโอเคค่ะ
ค่ะโอเคนะโอเค so any other question คะ okay so I'm gonna move on to the next exercise นะคะ okay so for this exercise it's about the let's say that we are trying to predict the number of the year or the period until the unprofitable company becomes profitable. Okay, so how many years does it take for unprofitable company to become profitable? So the goal here is we're gonna okay, this is the growth rate. So we have to manage expense growth and sales growth rate here. So because we do not know that which one is gonna meet our objective here, so we're gonna use what if table here to help us. Okay. Okay, so shall we do it together first? So I'm gonna change insert new sheet here and change its name to sensitivity. Okay. Okay, in here, sorry,ค่ะ. So you have revenue and sales growth. Sale and revenue and expense. Cost. Suppose that is 1 million. Oops. And expense. Suppose that now the expense is more than the revenues. Okay. So obviously yours gonna loss, thing like that. So we have to vary both growth rate of revenues and expense here in order to get, because we have, okay, suppose that I say revenue growth at 25%, expenses growth at 3%. Okay, here. And we have 4 year. Okay. 4 year to make it profit. Okay. So here we can vary our growth and our expand. Suppose that it's from 12% and incremental is 0.5. Okay. And then and here as well 1% and incremental should be 0.5%. Okay. Okay. So what we're gonna do it here is we're gonna calculate the profit here after 4 years here. Okay. So it would equal to can you calculate the profit here? B2 multiplied by 1 plus G power N here. Okay. And minus the cost. Cost is expenses here. Multiply by 1 plus G power N. Can you get it? Okay. Actually, I should do step by step to calculate profit here, but I bypass and put it here. It's the same thing. Okay. I guess you don't need the formula, but just in case I put it here. Okay, case. Okay. So from my window here, okay, I can use the data table to help me to do this. So it's gonna be thing like data, what if, data table, and row here is the growth rate of revenues, and column here is the growth rate of expenses. Okay. Yeah. Same thing. If it minus custom rate. Okay. So here, if you look at here, we can press F9. Okay. No, we cannot. It's just sensitivity analysis here. It's not the random number yet. So if you look at here, you will see that the cost, you can vary the growth rate of the revenue and the cost, and you see that if you want to make a profit, what would you have to do with this? Because 25% is not quite realistic here. So you can vary your data table here, both costs. You can start from 1% to 20%, thing like that. Make it more realistic here. And then let's see that what would you get the profit here. Suppose that I change the year to 10 year. The number can all we get profit. Okay. If I change it to 5 instead of 4, okay. Still, okay. If I change it to 3 year, 2 year, okay. Thing like that. So you can just change the variable here and look at your table. Okay. Any question regarding to this one? Change it back to 4 years. Any question, Can I move to the next one?
yes ครับ
โอเคค่ะ oh spin button do you want spin button here คะ okay we do the worksheet control already so suppose that I want you to use the spin button to increase or decrease the number here how would you do that คะ you finish the homework that you finish is the uh, worksheet control. Can you do that คะ You include the spin button here to change this. So I can do so as well. Suppose that I insert developer tab, insert spin button, not scroll bar นะคะ Okay. And then at the property here, okay, the maximum is suppose that it's gonna be 10 year. Okay. The minimum is 0. And then I link this cell to this. Okay. Okay. So now it's 0. I have to click somewhere else. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think if we do it thing like this, I think 9 is okay. Or you can leave it back to 4. Can you do this one คะ Spin button. Yoo-hoo. Hello, can you do spin button คะ
yes ครับ
Okay, very good ค่ะ Have you done all? I think you finished นะคะ
อาจารย์ can you do it again for spin button
Okay. Oh, I want someone to show us how you do that ค่ะ Anyone want to share with us คะ Spin button, please share
Can
with
I share ค่ะ
Yes, please ค่ะ
so I click the developer tab here and then insert this one ค่ะ
Uh-huh. Can
and
you
then
uh-huh. Link. You can click somewhere. Okay, very good.
I use the properties tab and then set the link cell to B4 and maximum is 10.
Okay. Thank you ค่ะ So you are
นัทนิชาค่ะ
นัทนิชานะคะ
Group 6
Group 6 นะคะ So what's your nickname คะนัทนิชา
หลิงจือค่ะ
หนิงจือนะคะ Hold on นะคะ Hold on sorry นะ Group 6 นะคะหนิงจือนัทนิชาโอเคค่ะ Thank you ค่ะหนิงจือcan you do that คะ There are two ways sorry there are two ways นะคะ that you can use this button what I use here is the first form control spin button here but what your friend use she use this one the active X control but the result gonna be the same that you can click to increase or decrease the cell link here so
อาจารย์ครับ
first of all
you have to share the screen ครับ
oh I haven't it's my bad นะคะ sorry นะคะ so you I use this one spin button and then หนิงจือ did you use active X คะ I think หนิงจือ
Yes
use
ค่ะ
active X okay but the result is the same นะคะ so what I did it here I use the spin button here and then I draw it here And then at the property here, I have to select this first. Okay, I right click, select it, and then if I use, sorry, if I use the form control here, I don't need to bother about design mode. I just, if I right click, I can change the property here, นะคะ so here, what is it? No, what is this? Okay, format control, sorry นะคะ I right click and then format control นะคะ The minimum that I gave is 0, maximum is 10, 1 incremental, and I link the result of the decrease or increase to these cells before, and then that's it. Can you do that,คะ? For those who ask, can you do that,คะ? You
Yeah,
will.
I can
Okay,
do.
ค่ะ You can
Thank
do
อา
it.
จารย์คะ I have a question ค่ะ
ค่ะ
what my spin button is on the other side how can I do it move it to the other side ค่ะ คือมันเป็นแนวนอนอะค่ะ
I think you use not spin button, you use scroll bar.
อ๋อ
But it's okay นะคะ you also can use scroll bar as well นะคะ The result should be the same นะคะ
ขอบคุณค่ะ
Okay. Any other question คะ Okay, I guess. What else that we should do? Yeah. Value address. I guess. Value address. Value address. I guess we stop the simulation here, and then if we have time we can come back to it นะคะ so can you save it and then we're gonna move on to the next topic here today นะคะ the next topic here is the user form นะคะ so if you have more time we can come back to simulation. And now we're gonna do user form first. And then if you have more time, we're gonna come back to simulation. ค่ะ โอเคนะ So here, the user form is in content. Another one. The user form. เคนะคะ I give you a break for 5 minutes นะคะ How about it user form okay I told you already to give you a break so it's already here นะคะ user form โอเคค่ะโอเคนะคะเอ่อ here นะคะ user form can you see on your can you see it คะยูฮู
seeking for the file ค่ะ
โอเคค่ะ and sorry นะคะ and can you also go to week 10 here and intro VBA โอเคนะคะ and also okay. So your mini project here is about user form. That's why I put it here first. Okay. And then what I want you to do here is to go to this one. Sorry,นะคะ Read 10. Okay. Explanation exercise. Okay. Okay, so if you open a new worksheet here, okay, what I'm gonna introduce you is the both user form and macro. Okay, so I'm gonna go for the macro first, and then it's actually it's together here. Now come together. It's not separated correctly, differently. So at first, if you go to the developer tab here, you see the word Visual Basic here. Okay, so normally you should see window here is like project, and if you close all Excels, just only open the new one, can just see you have a project. Actually, I have blank workbook. Can I close it here? Can save it somewhere. Okay. And then I still have blank worksheet here. And also, yep. So if I come here, you see that my worksheet here is the name of this worksheet. Suppose that I change its name, file, save as, wherever. Suppose I put it on desktop. Suppose that I put it here,นะคะ. And then I change its name here to my first macro. Okay, my first macro. And then please add the same as type. Change it to macro enable. Macro enable workbook. So your XLS become XLSM. Okay, macro enable workbook. In exam, you don't need to ask me again,นะคะ, whether I should save it as macro enable, you will have to นะคะ after you do this exercise from today on, every time when you save as from symbol Excel, you will have to choose save as type macro enable workbook, or otherwise your work gonna gone. It won't show in after you close it and it's gone นะคะ so you will have to choose macro enable workbook and save. Okay, so you see that now it changed to my first macro, and then if you look at your Visual Basic here, now it changed to my first macro. Okay, so this is the project. We have just only one file that open. This is a add-in function that it built in Excel built-in function. So our project here is this one. Oh, I still have simulation tool here as well, right? I should close it. Oh, I think I closed it already. God. What happened here? I think something wrong with my computer. Hold on นะคะ I'm gonna close all the things and open it again. Okay. My first macro close. Open my first macro. Think it should work now. Okay, it worked now. Okay, so I have only one file open, so it should show only one file open here, but previously I don't know what happened to my computer, but it showed there is another file simulation open up here. Actually, I already closed it, so I will have to close all. If it happened to you, you will have just restart or close all Excels and then open it again. It will just show. Okay, so normally when you work with VBA or macro, I suggest you to open just only one file. Don't open too many files, and then when you write the program, sometimes students try to ask me, Ajanka, I do exactly the same as yours. I even copy your code to my code, but why won't it work? Because it work on different worksheets. So this is a common frequency asked question or common problem that happen every year or all the times, because students are open too many files, and then when you write the code, it just work on other file, not the file that you want it to work, unless you make sure that you know which one that you work with, so you can open another file and then just do it what you want. Okay, but what I suggest here is that you should open just only one file at a time. Okay, so if you look at this one here, we have here is the project explorer. It shows that how many files that we have, how many worksheets that we have. If you look at here, I can make it to the right now. If you use window, you can press window button and the arrow to the right. And then in Excel here, you can press window button and arrow left. So you can see both Excel worksheet and your code here. Okay. So here the project window showing here and then it just only have one worksheet. Suppose that I change the worksheet name here to thing like my first macro. Okay, so you see that it's my first macro appear here. Okay, suppose that I want to add one more sheet. Now it has only sheet 1. Okay, I think I'm gonna use pen. I found that Epic pen is quite useful for me. After I tried to sort out many times, because I didn't use the what iPad or iPad Pro, thing like that. So I don't need to have, sorry, it's here. I don't need to use pen. What happened? Okay. See, I can just draw thing that I want. This is my macro, and it show here my macro. Suppose that I want to add one more sheet. Okay. Now another sheet happen. You can see that the sheet 2 and the name of sheet 2 is sheet 1 because here is sheet 1. So if I change this name to test, it's gonna change here to test as well. Okay. So what I would like to tell is that this is the project explorer showing about the file and the worksheet and the name, thing like that. Okay. If you have 2 files, for example, suppose that I open simulation that I just close it here. So you see it, there is another one simulation. Sheet 1 is, here sensitivity, and then where it APR, and then race, thing like that. Okay, so this is the simulation sheet. I close it. Okay, and this is gone. Okay. The next one that we're gonna talk about is the property window first. The property windows. I don't have property window here, but I can open it anytime. Here, you can go to view, VIEW view, and then properties window. Or you just press F4. Suppose that you accidentally close it, you can always open Project Explorer here. Okay, Control R, or just go to View and Project Explorer, and this one, Property Window. Now it shows the property window. Okay, so here, suppose that you select my first macro, and here, my first macro. So if I select my first macro here, you can see that, go to alphabet here, particularly. Okay, you see that this is the property of my first macro sheet. So you can see that the name here, NAME name here, is my first macro. Okay, and it's actually sheet number 1, or first sheet. Okay, if I select this one, sheet 2, the name change to test, and it actually sheet 2 because it's the second sheet that I created. We can play around with the property if you go to sheet 1 again. Normally, if you right click here and you want to hide, okay, you see that the visibility of my first macro, if I select it here, it's become hidden. Hidden. Okay. So you just see test here. My first macro is gone, it's hidden. Okay, but if you look at the macro, you still can see it and see the visibility that show it hidden. Okay, but if I right click here and unhide, okay, now it's become visible. Okay, so you can see that you can hide and you can unhide anytime. But if you don't want people to unhide from here, you can change it here, but you cannot do it here. You can change this to very hidden. Okay. Once you change this to very hidden here, once you change this to very hidden here, if you right click on your Excel worksheet, you cannot unhide from here. The unhide become that you cannot click it. So you will have to change it here to visible. Sorry, this one. If you change it here to visible, it come back here. Okay. So what I want to point out is that the property is depend on which object that you select. If you select the first worksheet, sheet 1 here, it shows the property of the first worksheet. Suppose that you have a graph here or user form here, and inside the user form you have option button, check box, spin button, scroll bar, thing like that. So for each one of each is an object. We call it object. So once you press any object, the property gonna show here. But if it embedded object in Excel itself, you can click at the property here. It's gonna be like this. It's way the same as property here on VBA. Okay. So VBA is about working on the object. Okay, what you want it to do for you. Okay, I won't go into more detail, but you can explore further by reading on Google or some other book that you feel that you it's easier for you to read, things like that. Okay, about the beginning of it. So actually when for after midterm, when you finish all the class, you can have like an introduction or preliminary idea about your future programming, because VBA is the easiest programming language. Okay, it's more user friendly and it's built in Excel. So you can tell Excel to do repetitive tasks or the task that you do very often. Every morning you will have to do this and this and this and this. So you will just click one button and that's it, thing like that. So it helps people a lot. If you know VBA, you can it's like you can have a weapon that you can extend it to look more nicely. You can go to other program and apply this to other program as well. I mean, it's like a basic or fundamental idea, and then you can move to other program very easy once you know the idea of this program or the preliminary subject of VBA. Okay. So here you have two of these already, and it's a code window. I'm gonna talk about this later on. Code window, intermediate window, watch window, and local window. I'm gonna talk about that later. This is in code area. If you double click, it shows the code that you can write the code here. Okay. And you can add a module that I'm gonna talk about it later. I'm gonna talk about these two later as well. Okay. So now our first macro, suppose that I want to create a signature. Okay. So every time when I press a shortcut key that I'm gonna create or a button, or I'm gonna put on the menu or quick access menu thing here. Sorry นะคะ อีกก่อนนะคะ I'm gonna it's gonna generate my signature automatically. So what we're gonna do it here is we're gonna record macro. Okay. So once we record it, okay, it's like every stroke or every press or every click, it's gonna record. And then once you stop the recording and you replay it, it's gonna play exactly the same. That if you click this and then you move to click this and then you change your mind to click this again, it's gonna record it. And then when you play the recording macro, it's gonna do exactly the same thing that you did. So if you made a mistake during your recording, you can always stop and re-record it, or you can edit or modify, because it's gonna generate the code automatically, and then you can just edit the code or modify it. Okay. So how to record it? At the developer tab here, you see the word macro, and this is the record button. Okay. So the record button here, sorry. The record button, sorry, not this one, this one. Hold on, this one, okay. Actually, it also show down here as well, The record button show down here as well. Okay. So if you were to click the record here, and then you can observe what happened here. So now I'm not gonna record my signature. Shall we do it together? Are you ready, ka? You?
Yes ครับ
Okay, ka. So we're gonna do it together here, Okay. So we suppose that I put it somewhere here that I'm gonna record it. So there are two ways before we record it. First, if you always want it to work on the same press or same cells, so you don't need to be worried about relative references here. But if you want it to work anywhere that your mouse click it to, for example, you want to sign your name here or here or here, so you cannot fix it. But when you record it, as I told you at the beginning, if you click wherever it is, it's gonna fix to this one. And if you change it, it's gonna record it here. But because we don't know exactly where we want our signature to be, so in this case, we're gonna use relative references here. So if you select one time, it look like you select it. If you select another time, it unselect. So I select it, and then I remember once I start to record, you have to be careful, but you can redo it again and again. If you make a mistake, you want to redo it, you just do it. So I select record the macro. It's not record yet. You can change the name. Now it's macro 1. If you do it the second time, it's gonna run to macro 2, macro 3, macro 4. If you run, so it's gonna run the number here. So suppose that I change it to my signature. Okay. And I create a shortcut key. Suppose that I want it to be like shift S. So I press shift and then I type S. So my shortcut key become control shift S. Okay. And you can store in this workbook on you or because I have to, yeah. And I don't know what happened to my Excel today, but it always remember the previous Excel that I opened. That is okayนะคะ. If you want it on the personal macro workbook, it's gonna be there to be reused, things like that. So suppose that I put it on this workbook. Okay. And the description here is optional. You can type or you can just ignore it. Suppose that you say that, okay, this is my first signature, blah, 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 that you want to put it here. And then once you press okay, it's gonna start. Okay. So now here it changed to this button. Okay. So suppose that my signature here is, my nickname is Joy, and then I suppose that this is my signature. Suppose that I wanted to have here, or I can change it to be more like a signature. Do they have one? Oh. Then you can see how I made a mistake. Okay, suppose that I want this and make it bold. Okay, that's it. And then we stop it, stop recording. So now it become on both. It's become to normal here. Okay. So I can control shift S. Control shift S. Control shift S. Can you do that, Ka?
Yes ค่ะ
Okay. Anyone had any problem with this, Ka?
อาจารย์คะ
ค่ะ
my when I paste อะค่ะ they are in the different font อะค่ะ
What do you mean different font? Do you want to share your screen with us, Ka?
I cannot อะค่ะ I use another screen but the original version I use Calibri but when I paste it's just like different one นะคะอาจารย์
If you do exactly what I did it here, it shouldn't be any problem นะคะ Probably you can
Oh.
redo it again. Make sure that you follow the step strictly. Thing like not to you have to use use relative references, and then before you stop your macro, just make sure that you finish everything, and then that's it นะคะ because your font should be inside the recording macro นะคะ
ชัวร์ค่ะขอบคุณค่ะ
ค่ะ so you can redo it นะคะ okay once everyone do it this we can just delete the whole things here, and then I will teach you another one, so you learn how to record the macro already. Now you're gonna learn how to call the macro, okay, or how to activate the macro. So we use shortcut that we did already, right? We use the shortcut here, and next one we gonna use like an object such as picture or whatever the picture, sorry, clip art or any tool in Excel.
อาจารย์ครับ the part that you are sharing is blank นะครับ
Blank clearly.
Yeah,
Oh
it's like a black window.
yes. What you can see now?
Now I see nothing ครับ
you haven't shared screen ครับ
Yeah, I haven't shared. That's why you don't see anything. I'm looking for the solution why you cannot see things. I don't know why. Okay. So we can activate the macro by using the shortcut that we put it during our recording. Okay. Or we can set an object and then link macro to that object. Okay, and the other two, actually there are many ways. I'm gonna should teach you 4 way. We can put on quick access menu bar, or you can put it on the main menu by using customize the ribbon here. Okay. So as a shortcut, I can use Control Shift S anywhere. Control Shift S. Okay. By using the object, you can insert. Suppose I insert a picture. You can choose your picture here. Okay, suppose this is the picture that I chose. Okay. All you just do is right click and then assign macro. Okay, we just have only one now. So I assign my signature here. Okay. And then I click somewhere else. Yep. See, okay, it's work with the object picture. Also, I can use built-in shape here, such as smiley face. Okay, smiley face here, and do the same thing. Okay. right click in assign macro. Okay, thing like that. Okay. Mhm. Later on, I'm gonna ask you, sorry นะคะ later on, I'm gonna ask you to uh, put a logo here of the company whatsoever, and then once you click this, it should generate loan table, loan amortization table automatically, or it's gonna be on the next new worksheet or in the same worksheet, whatever you decide. Okay, so this is the first or the second method object, and now we're gonna do with the quick access menu bar. Everyone please find option quick access menu bar here, and then up here go to macro. My first macro, my first signature is here, so I'm gonna add it to my quick access menu bar. I'm gonna remove this. Okay, so you have my signature here. I can change the icon here to modify. Okay, smiley face, or you can have something other than smiley face. And then if you look up here นะคะ when I press OK, it shows smiley face here. And then when I place the smiley face up here, it's gonna show my signature. Okay. Have you done คะ Have you all done?
Can you do it again ค่ะ
Go to file option, customize the ribbon. Sorry ค่ะ quick access menu bar, and then macro, and then choose file name, and then add and modify ค่ะ modify. Can you do it ค่ะ
Yes ค่ะ thank you ค่ะ
อาจารย์ครับ for some reason my Excel doesn't even have the redo and undo button ครับ
you can add any one that you want ค่ะ
yeah but I add already but it doesn't show at the top.
It should show นะคะ
okay ครับ
it's probably technical problem but it should show ค่ะ so suppose that I want suppose that I work with the dump, you can choose all command or command not in the ribbon, or probably you can find let me, okay. Tab edit tab. Command. ก่อนนะคะ quick access undo you do not have this tool เหรอคะ
oh in fact I found it already but it's not at the same position as yours.
Never mind, you can change anything that you want นะคะ you can delete remove, you can add นะคะ because I want what I want is here นะคะ my signature for these two I don't mind if you have it or not นะคะ but what I want is this one so you understand นะจ๊ะนะคะ
ครับ
you don't need to do orderly as my you can reorganize to add what you suppose that you always summation or average thing like that you can just add to this to the right here
What I
or
meant is that mine isn't at the top of the Excel at first. It is at a different position, so I didn't find it ครับ
can you show us share your screen ค่ะ oh it's black where is it
Can you see it now ครับเอ้ย
okay it's up there I can see where is your oh it's down here ลูก or
yeah, that's
what
what I
is it?
meant.
you can drag it up ค่ะ I think you can drag it นะคะ
Okay I will manage somehow ครับ
ค่ะ I guess you can drag it up นะ I think there is a function somewhere here show below the ribbon นะ I think you just unclick this one jump
ครับ yes
can you do that
yes ครับ
and then it should up here
yes
okay so our last here would be customize the ribbon okay so here before the breakนะคะ just finish the last one first you can go to file option and then customize the ribbon here or alternatively you can right click somewhere here and customize the ribbon it's gonna go to the same window here นะคะ at the customize the ribbon suppose that I have to create a new one okay so I'm gonna have to go to the new tab here first and then at the new tab here you see I can rename as well so I go to new tab and rename it as my suppose I say my exercise or whatsoever or my work okay and suppose that we have like a group down here so my group here suppose that I rename it to here นะคะ you can rename it here and choose the icon that you like suppose I rename it to macro and then this is the icon somehow some computer is up some computer is not show it depends okay so here we can start to find our macro I find it here my signature and I add to this one here I can again have smiley face or you can choose whatever icon that you like and then okay so you see my work is here up here and then the group here is macro and I have just only this okay so suppose that all your work that you create by using a VBA and you have to work it every morning you can put it up here and do make it as your menu thing like that นะคะ okay any question regarding to this 4 technique here คะ ยูฮู no นะคะ so we have ค่ะ
I have a question ค่ะ คือว่า how do I clear my macro
you mean this one เหรอคะ
ใช่ค่ะ
you just select it and then delete it ค่ะ
no I want to change the macro command ค่ะเหมือนตอนแรกหนูเลือกอีกอันนึงไว้แล้วคราวนี้พอ Control Shift S มันก็เป็นอันเก่าอะค่ะมันไม่ยอมเป็นอันใหม่
oh you can edit ค่ะ that one that I'm gonna teach after the break but as because you asked me here so you can go to the developer tab and then go to the macro and then you can edit thing like that or go to option here นะคะ to change whatever the option is mean don't go to edit นะคะ it's gonna too hard go to option นะคะ and then change whatever you want or you can either delete the one that you don't want and then just show the one that you want is it okay คะ
go to option and then what คะอาจารย์
you just change inside what you want to change ค่ะ
ขอบคุณค่ะ
or you can just delete it นะคะ you can is it okay คะ
โอเคแล้วค่ะได้แล้วค่ะ
โอเคค่ะhave a break นะคะ 15 minutes is that alright คะ 15 minutes
yeah
ค่ะ
โอเคค่ะ thank you ค่ะ see you at about 40 sorry ค่ะ 50 นะคะ 10:50 if they cannot do the final exams but probably they good at VBA already นะคะ so we don't need to be worried about them that much okay so here I should share my screen okay นะคะ so we finish our first macro then if you want to look inside the code you can go to macro here and then step into or edit would be the same if you go to the step into here you see the code okay if you look at here the macro automatically create a module for us and inside here if you record another macro it's gonna be like module 2 thing like that นะคะ or if I right click here นะคะ somewhere here I right click and insert a module here so it will run with the number if you look at the property down here if you select module 1 it's gonna be the property of module 1 and module 2 thing like that okay so if I change the name here NAME name นะคะ name here to be thing like my signature okay I can go from can you change your คะ
yes ค่ะ
only me I think something wrong with my Excel นะคะ probably I will have to I forget to restart my computer if I do it all of you will have to kick out from Zoom so I didn't restart my computer but somehow I could not change but you can นะคะ you can rename your module ใช่ไหมคะ
yes ค่ะ
only me นะคะ cannot my god โอเคค่ะ so if you look at the module 1 double click at the module 1 here you see that our macro this is what we put it on description and the keyboard that we specify first okay So active cell is the cell that we select. If you look at here, R1C1 is like a relative references. Okay. And then for each one, I tie it here, thing like that. Okay. And then I change the color. If you look at here, why it width and end width here. Suppose that every time you have to type with selection dot font dot color, with selection dot font dot tint, with selection dot font dot name, with selection dot font dot size. So it's like I can just make it short by using width and end width. We're gonna talk about this in the due time, but not today, but not now. So here is a kind of the program that is auto generate by VBA. So this is the code area. Okay, if you want to write a new code, you can do so here as well and on the module. Okay, so if you look at here, it start with sub and then end sub to end with. Okay, it start with sub and then name that you put it here and end sub here. So if I select module 2, suppose that I type sub test and then enter. So you see that when I type test, sub test, I use small letter. But after I press enter, it automatically have capital letter for me at the sub and end sub here. Okay, but the name here is gonna be exactly the name that you type. So if you want T to be capital letter, big capital letter, you have to type it here first before you press enter. And it automatically creates this for you here as well. And then you can start to write your code down here. Okay, and then just run it. Okay. Now I'm gonna finish the code, my first macro here, and then I'm gonna move on to the user form first, and then we come back to VBA again. Any question regarding to macro recording macro ไหมคะ Anyone want to ask any question คะ Yoo-hoo
how to add new modules under the VBA อะค่ะ
right click ค่ะ right click
โอเคค่ะ
right click ค่ะ right click insert module โอเคไหมคะ
โอเคค่ะ thank you ค่ะ
So now what we're gonna do it here is a user form. So here I'm gonna we can go to the new worksheet or you can use the old one, up to you. Suppose I go to the new worksheet. Okay, and then file save as. Suppose that I save it as use my user form. My user form. Okay. And then actually I should save it as อะไรคะ darling save as type อะไรคะ
macro enable ค่ะ
very good ค่ะ I should make it as Excel macro enable workbook who answer me คะ
สิริกรค่ะ from group 3 ค่ะอาจารย์
group 3 what your nickname น้องส
ส
ตา
ตางค์
ร์
ค่ะ
group 3เหรอคะ
ค่ะ
สิริกรนะคะ โอเคค่ะ thank you ค่ะ สตางค์ so don't forget to change file type นะคะ file type to Excel enable ค่ะ every time from now on นะคะ for VBA you have to change it to macro enable okay so here the first of my user form here is just very simple. Have you can download here. I think it's in week 14 and also week 9. I put it here in week 9 as well. Okay, just go to week 9. Yep. So your user form here, okay, the most what I say, the most easiest one is this one. Okay, we're gonna draw a user form. User form is a form that is like a pop-up menu that the user can interact with you. For example, they can choose which quarter or whatever you want they to do it here. Okay, so here we can use a box. Probably we can use a combo box, or actually there are more than combo box that you can do it here. So let's do it. This is a command box. When you say okay, we're gonna leave it for now, but we're gonna create this one. Okay, so how we create this? Can I close the mic? This. Okay. Everyone please go to developer and Visual Basic again. Okay, so now I have only one file open, my user form, and then there is no module. I can right click anywhere in this project and then insert user form. I can insert module, but I didn't write a code. I just write a user form here. Okay. So once that you open the user form here, you can just you can extend it down in it until you feel comfortable with that, and then you can resize after you finish. Okay, so here what we're going to do here is okay. See, this is what we're going to do it here. They have like select a quarter up here, but now it's user form. If I select the user form, down here is user form. If I add one more user form, insert user form here, it's become user form 2. Okay, so if you look at here, the user form, and here it shows which one that you choose. Now it means that I choose user form 2. So I will have to choose user form 1 to make it show this is the user form 1 that I choose. Okay. So if I want to change this to select a quarter, okay, I can do so by go to caption. You see caption, and then I change it to select a quarter. Okay. I can change the border style here. I can make it single. Okay. I can change the border color as well. Palette. Suppose that I chose whichever color I want. Okay. And probably that's it. Okay. And the font here is Tahoma. I can choose the font here as well. Tahoma. Okay. You want it to be bigger? 14. Okay. Uh-huh. And what else? Okay. Okay, now we're gonna start to do you have two box here,คะ darling?
not yet
Yes
ครับ
ครับ
You should have one นะคะ If you don't have you can select here นะคะ Can you see it คะ Two box
I can
Can you make
see
it
it but it is grayed out ครับ
Can you show me your screen คะ I cannot
the way
comprehend
it is
what
here now ครับ
Okay you should see it now but sometimes it's hidden somewhere you should have to find it นะคะ or somehow it go to your worksheet the Excel worksheet as well นะคะ Some students say that they found it there anyone still cannot find it ค่ะ It's very important that you have this นะคะ Okay everyone has it นะคะ so
ขอที่ครับอาจารย์I just lost it อะครับ
you just you close this one so you can select again ค่ะ
โอเคครับ
Okay นะคะ and then here select a quarter is just the label here so you just type suppose that you don't want to change the name here you can always go to caption you see that you select label now is label 1 showing here if you add a next label it show label 2 okay you can change the caption here นะคะ to show what you want it to show suppose that you want it to be like select a quarter you can change it here or you can change it here นะคะ select a quarter okay you can extend you can make it bigger if you want for example if you want it to be bigger or you can change the color as well thing like that so you can do it somewhere here suppose that you want it to be thing like 18 and then you have to modify this as well okay so this is select a quarter or if you want to change a color you can do so as well select a quarter thing like that and then for this one here you can choose combo box or list box suppose that I choose combo box here okay okay if you don't like combo box you can go to list box here okay so if you look at here list box here show list box as well okay and then I'm gonna show you how you have this later okay the next one is this button command button I will show you how we write quarter 1 2 3 4 here นะคะ there are many ways we can do it you can write a program or you can do it manually so at first we're gonna do it manually so normally with a button here it means that you're gonna execute a command or a program or a script so we're gonna use command button here okay so it can show as okay. You see that now is command button 1. Suppose that I still select command button 1 here. I press Ctrl C and Ctrl V. I move it down here. So it's now become command button 2. Okay, command button 2. Okay. Now at the command button 1 here, I'm gonna change it to okay. And at the command button 2 here, I'm gonna change the caption to cancel. Suppose that just only to this. Okay. Now I'm gonna show you manually how we enter this. Okay. We're gonna have to come back to our Excel. And when somewhere in your Excel, we're gonna hide it somewhere. Suppose I put it here. Water one. But normally people hide it somewhere. Or probably some people just write a program to auto generate it, which we're gonna do it later. So 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Have you done? Have you done, Ka?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Ka, thank you. So I'm gonna back here, select this box. It's the list box. And then down here, there is a word row source. So it comes from row A1 to A4. So this is the row source. So when I press enter, A1 to A4, it's gonna show automatically what I typed in cell A1 to A2, A4 here. Sorry. ปั๊บ cancel. Oh my god. Okay, ค่ะ. So if we look at here, okay, now I can change this to make it more okay, not too
อาจารย์คะ where is command source again นะคะ
in here ค่ะ down here ค่ะ row sort it alphabetically. So row ROW row. You have to select the list function first here นะคะ and then ROW. Have you found it นะคะ
oh yes ค่ะ thank you ค่ะ
Okay. Once you all finish up to this point, you can click at this button, green button here to run it. There are 3 of this. The first one is to run it. This is to stop. This is to pause. It's like when you play an audio, thing like that. So here, I can run it. Sorry, you have to click somewhere in your here, and then I can run it. Okay. Quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. Have you run it yet, Ka?
Yes, Hub.
Okay. So now people can interact with this, and once they press OK, suppose, and then we can put it in Excel. So we're gonna do it later, but now we learn how to draw it first,นะคะ. And we're gonna learn how to interact with when people choose it here, how you put it in Excel, or if you want to show another pop-up a menu to tell people that okay, you choose quarter 4, thing like that. So it depends on what you want the result to be shown. Okay. So this is the first one that we do it here, นะคะ. Have you all finished up to this point yet, Ka? You
Think so, Hub.
Okay, Ka, thank you, Ka. Next, suppose that we gonna create another one. Okay, user form 2 นะคะ Suppose that we're gonna create another one here. People can type their name here and then they can choose drop down menu the department and then okay and close. Suppose that I want a picture here. Suppose that they choose banking and finance. It should show. So at first you all have to go to the Google first นะคะ and then shall we pick any picture showing faculty banking and finance. Pick. Okay. Suppose that I just randomly pick a picture. Okay, so I save image as suppose that I save it image as I change it to banking and finance. Okay, and the next one statistics. Okay, suppose that I choose one of this. Save image as. Statistics. And suppose that I choose another one here. Marketing. Okay, save it as. So you just randomly pick any picture. Okay, and then suppose that I choose commerce. Okay. Save image as. And what else that we have? Accounting. Accounting. Okay. Suppose that I put it, which one here? Accounting. Is it enough? How many faculty? How many department? How many? 5. Okay, suppose that we have just have 5. Now we back to our Excel user form. Okay. At the user form, this is user form. Wait. I do it on user form 2 นะคะ sorry นะคะ Oh my god. Never mind นะคะ actually this one should be on user form 1 นะคะ but I did it on user form 2. Never mind ค่ะ if you do it on user form 1 you can just insert another user form. It's gonna be user form 2 นะคะ If I remove user form 1 here, no. Okay. And then I want to change this. Now user form 2. Okay. I want to change this to user form 1. I can do as well. Oh, I cannot change anything. Never mind นะคะ So I insert another user form here นะคะ and then Okay. And then tell me thing like that here. So I'm gonna change the caption here to tell me. Okay. And the border color, I can change it to whatever I want. To any color that I want. Oops. It's okay. And then I can have text here, name, surname. So I'm gonna add text here. And then because my background is a hard color, heavy color. So I'm gonna change my font to thing like a white. Trauma first. 12. And then I'm gonna change it font to and I can type it here as name and surname. Okay. And then this one is gonna be text box, so people can put it in here, right? And another, so I can redraw it, or I can Control C and Control V. So I don't need to change the property because it's gonna use the same property here as the white font here, department. Okay, and then suppose that we're gonna use the combo box. Sorry. Yep, here. So it's like a drop down menu. And then suppose that we're gonna put a picture inside. Here, image. Okay. And then I have two buttons. Okay. Control C and Control V. And this button is kept closed. Okay. So here I wanted to show okay. So I change the caption of command button 1 to okay. And if I want it to be big, so I can change the font here and make it bigger. Probably bold as well. Okay. If you want to change the color, you can do so as well. For example, you can change it to whatever. So here, instead of having to change all the thing again, I just Control C and Control V here. And then I change it to cancel, suppose. So my caption here is cancel. Okay, guys. And now we can add the image here. Add the image here. You can go to visibility. Sorry, you could go to picture first. And then you can choose the picture that you just download. so here
อาจารย์ครับ I can't use PNG picture เหรอครับ
why คะ is what did it say
my picture I save as PNG but it shows nothing ฮะ
okay so can you change it to other 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 file type นะคะ such
Yes, I
as
will try.
JPEG thing like that because PNG is like transparency background so it might create some problem for some computer or in some occasion so just do like JPEG thing like that นะคะ so here when you got the picture here you can change this picture alignment you can choose a center top or button and then the picture mode here you can stretch so it gonna automatically stretch over a size that you specifies or you can choose zoom it's gonna be the same so here stretch if you choose tiling here it means that if you have bigger space and you choose zoom for example and then you choose picture tiling so it's like they're gonna tiling until it fill all the area that you specify earlier so now I'm gonna change this to stretch and picture tiling is bold okay so you can do again with other picture so next I'm gonna add more picture more image same size here and then at the picture here I'm gonna choose next department okay and then I use stretch again and then again I'm gonna create another image same place same size here and then I choose next department suppose accounting here and I change this one to stretch and I'm gonna create another image again same size and I choose a picture commerce and I stretch it okay we do the same thing 5 times okay stretch have you done all คะ darling have you done
not yet ค่ะ
okay do you want me to wait นะคะ I will wait ค่ะ
ไอ้ผีมึงอะทันเปล่า
have you finished คะ
yes
โอเคค่ะ So now we're gonna fill in this 5 department here. So it's the same. Now you will have to select the object first, and at the row source we can type here. So before that we have to create where is it supposed to put it here นะคะ Too obvious. Banking and finance. Normally people will hide it somewhere. Statistic, accounting. Okay. So from A5 to A9, back to our user form. Here I can choose department and then row source A5 to A9. Okay. Here, and then the text that you want to show here, you can type in like okay, so it's gonna show what you type here at the text. So I type, please select. You can change the fonts as well. A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, F is here. Font, make it bigger. Please select. Okay. Suppose that okay, for now it's okay now. Have you done all,คะ? I'm gonna teach you how we gonna select and then the picture should change automatically นะคะ
มึงเสร็จยังพิมพ์
Have you done all คะ I will show this later ค่ะ
อาจารย์คะ I have a question ค่ะ so mine was like they have like banking stat and finance and something like that but there are no place for me to write please select อะค่ะ
Text ค่ะ here ค่ะ text go to this combo box and select text and type it here ค่ะ
โอเคค่ะ ขอบคุณค่ะ
ค่ะ sorry not to go too fast you cannot catch up นะ you want me to slower or what or it's okay นะ already
it's okay ค่ะอาจารย์ได้แล้วค่ะ
okay ค่ะ now the next one I want you to try by your own นะคะ user form 3 name and then text box color and then this one is combo box okay and cancel do it now ค่ะ do it now please I give as a group okay so you have brain to ask I give you 5 minutes นะคะ
อาจารย์ครับ how about the user form to 5 picture ฮะ how do we set it automatically according
not
to
yet
the
ค่ะ
equipment
not yet
อ๋อ not yet นะครับ
we just draw the user form นะคะ okay so user form 3 5 minutes is that enough นะคะ too much too I think too much as well นะคะ 5 minutes นะ not later than 5 minutes โอเคค่ะ
5 นาทีกำลังดีเอาจริง
เฮ้ยฉันถามเลยดิอันที่แบบเป็นที่ให้ดรอปดาวเป็นอีคอมเมิร์ซแบบมาร์เก็ตติ้งอะใช้อะไรกันอะใช้แบบสปินบอททอนหรือว่าแบบสโคบาร์หรือว่าอะไรอะ
แป๊บนึงนะเดี๋ยวดูให้
thank you
ไอตรง department ใช่ไหม
ใช่ใ
ช้เป็น combo box
อ๋อโอเค thank you
yeah user form 3มันมีอะไรบ้างอ่ะ
มี name ป่ะ มี name แล้วก็มี color
อืม color เป็นดรอปดาวเหรอ
แป๊บนึงนะ ขอลองดู
แต่ name ก็เหมือนไอ้ user form 2เลยใช่ปะ
น่าจะใช่นะ
ไหนลองก๊อปข้าม user form
color
ได้
นะ
ปะวะ
color ไม่
มันก๊อปข้าม user form ได้เหรอ
color ไม่ใช่ดอกดาวป่ะ ไม่ใช่อันนี้ด้วยวะอันไหนวะ
ฉันเคยลองกรอบข้าม user form มันกรอบได้เว้ย
อืม ใช่
color เหมือนแบบมันคือ list box บวกกับ scroll bar เอ๊ะอะไรวะ มันมี scroll อยู่ข้างๆอ่ะแต่ว่าไม่รู้ต้องทำยังไงอ่ะ
combo box หรือเปล่า scroll ด้วยเหรอ
เอ๊ะหนึ่งนะหรือ combo box วะ
เดี๋ยวเข้าแบ็กบอร์ดไม่ได้
วันนี้นะสิไม่รู้ว่าเราเองมีคุยกับน้องหญิงเรื่องตัว AMS อะ
โอเค มีสโครไม่ใช่คอมโบบ็อกซ์อันนี้ไม่น่าใช่คอมโบบ็อกซ์
งั้นเป็น list ป่ะ
ได้ก็อยากให้เป็นสอง
ไม่ได้ลองจิ้มดูเลยลองจิ้มมาไหนแล้วหน้าตามันคล้ายๆก็คงจะอันนั้นละมั้ง
มันไม่มีนะ
list box ใช่ไหม
แต่ว่ามันไม่มีข้างๆอ่ะดิอาจจะต้องใส่อะไรสักอย่าง
how อะ
ถ้าอย่างนั้นได้ถ้าคุณจะเป็นได้
หรือว่ามันยังไม่มีข้างๆเพราะเรายังไม่ได้ลิงก์กับ Excel อะ
อาจจะต้องใส่ฟังก์ชันอะไรเพิ่มวะ
ไปลงศึกษา
ลองเขียน Excel ดีกว่าเนี่ย red blue green white black pink
ได้แล้ว
ทำไงอะ
มี scroll แบบ ฉันว่าข้างล่างมันมีอีกคำหนึ่งเว้ย อะไรวะ สมมติ brown
ทำไงนะให้สโครบาร์มันขึ้น
นะ
คือต่างคนต่างหมุนกันแต่ว่า
เห็นไหมอ่ะ
เห็นครับ
แต่ว่าหนิงจะมี brown อีกอันหนึ่งอ่ะ แล้วพอเราย่อลงไปใช่ปะมัน scroll มันจะขึ้นมาเอง
มันก็จะขึ้นหลังจากที่เราลิงก์ใช่ไหม มันต้องที่ไม่พอก่อนมันถึงจะให้
ใช่มันที่ไม่พอก่อน
4 1 4 7ใช่
แล้วโอเคอันนั้นอันไหนนะ command button
โชคดีครับทุกคน
อาจารย์คะ I got disconnected ค่ะmy group is number 5
ค่ะพิชยาI close
เกิดอะไรขึ้นวะ
you can rename your นะคะ I close the breakout room already so your friend will come out soon นะคะ
it's okay ค่ะ
มันต่างกันตรงที่ combo box ถึงจะมีที่มันให้เลือก แต่ถ้าเป็น list มันไม่มีดรอปดาวมันจะมีดรอปดาวแต่เมื่อที่ไม่พอนั่นเอง เข้าใจไหม
Okay ค่ะ anyone want to share with us ค่ะ
มีค่ะ
Okay ค่ะ please
So first I changed the user form caption ค่ะ to joy to the world. And then I insert the label name and then rename the caption to name and add the text box here. And also copy and paste another label and rename it to color. And then I add the list box and I link it to my Excel from C1 to C6. I type in the colors first, and then I add the button, OK button, and cancel button, and rename it ค่ะ
very good นะคะ so you are Yanisa group
ค่ะ group
ฝ่ายขนุนนะคะ น้องขนุนนะ thank you very much ค่ะขนุน okay very good ค่ะ anyone else got another answer from Yanisa ไหม anyone or you get the same ค่ะ
I get the same, but I just copied from the user form that we just did before you leave us in the breakout ค่ะ
so you have the next as user form number เลยค่ะ
I mean to do what you just assign us, I just copy like Control C from what we did earlier and then Control V and
Do
just
you
change the source row source.
yes but you still have the original one right or you don't have it or it's gone already
It's not
It's
gone
still I still have the original one ค่ะ
okay ค่ะ because we gonna work on it later thank you นะคะ คุณอะไรคะ คุณ
โชติกาค่ะ
โชติกาwhat group you are in นะโชติกา group 3 นะคะ ปิงปอง โอเคค่ะ thank you ค่ะ ปิงปอง โอเค who else คะ โอเค no นะคะ thank you very much ค่ะ ปิงปอง and ยานิสานะคะ so just make sure that you have I have to share it first share screen okay. Make sure that you have 3 user form นะคะ already so the third one gonna be you have ping pong you have all both of this and this นะคะ ping pong
yes ค่ะ
okay this one we use the list box and this one I guess Yanisa use combo box so if you use combo box you can have things like scroll bar on the right okay the difference between the two okay so I would like you to do the next one here okay so if you choose class English class it should show this if you choose movie it should show another
ดูยากชิบ
so it's the list of the classes and the list of movies okay so here you will have to have a thing hiding somewhere to show this นะคะ I would like you to draw it first นะคะ so here this one is option button okay we can insert
มาดูกัน
user
โคตร
form
ยาว
and then probably we can do it together here or you can do it yourself I think this is the text just the label here and this is the text box and I guess here I put thing like X, Y, Z as a frame here. And then inside there's the option button. Okay. And then down here is a list box. So you can hide somewhere both classes and movie. So your and then okay and cancel. So we're gonna do it later. So can you just try to draw a user form similar to this and how you get it in? Probably we can do it together here นะคะโอเคนะคะ3 minutes นะ this one นะคะ user form 3 minutes
ใช่แบบนี้โปะวะขอเดาว่าต้องสร้างไป2 อันเลยแล้วก็ต้องใส่ list box ตรงนี้อันหนึ่ง อันนี้มันแอบเสียงไปหน่อยวะ
โอเคค่ะ anyone want to share with us คะ
คิดว่ามีไหม
please just the frame
ถ้าแค่เฟรมกูก็แชร์ได้
template นะคะ
Yes
have you
ครับ
done ค่ะ
นี่
please
กูมาละ
please share with us ค่ะ
จัดเลยเจ้าที
ครับ so for this one I use text box
ยังไม่
and
เห็นอะไรเลยอ๋อ
this one is just the label
เนี่ยเรา
and
ทำใน
for
มือถือ
these two I use button option button and I put frame outside and this one I use list box this is the command button and command button
so you are
MT ครับธรรมทัศน์ group 1ครับ
group 1 นะคะ T โอเคค่ะ thank you very much นะคะ who else anyone do different from ธรรมทัศน์คะ or you are all the
I want to ask whether do you have to do the option button twice or it like you just how to make the option become the two option นะครับ
or we gonna do about the program or write it next week because the time is running out so I just ask you the template first so actually what Tamatash P did is correct he just do the template and then the rest how we gonna choose or even with the picture one we haven't done anything yet it's just the template that we do it so next week when first that we after the during the class we gonna do it นะคะ am I answer your question I'm not quite sure
so to have like in the type right classes and movies so I insert option button twice right
yes option button
okay thank you
okay any other question คะ
how to create frame like T ค่ะ I can
okay you can choose the just the sorry นะคะ may I share my here ค่ะ this one frame 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 he just draw over his option button นะคะ you can delete the word frame as well just leave this is that okay คะ frame
yes ค่ะ thank you ค่ะ
so you can do it now นะคะ okay นะคะ so this one should be the one that we can do it in class นะคะ quick นะคะ so here you have name label name and flames status and then single and married sorry it's in Thai นะคะ and then suppose that it is for booking and then suppose that if you are married it should if you choose this option button it should automatically show your spouse and the text another text box here but if the client the booking here shows single there shouldn't be any spouse name here นะคะ so you will have to create this and then we're gonna write some program to make it work นะคะ 3 minutes นะคะ here นะคะ 3 minutes 3 minutes okay break out 3 minutes นะคะ
โ อยู่ดีก็กลายเป็นภาษาไทยเหรอ the fuck oh shit ไม่นะโอเคเบต้าอุ้ยเหี้ยโอ้ส่วนใหญ่มันก็แค่ copy paste นะหลายๆอย่างถ้านี่เป็น level 1อันนี้ต้องเป็น level โอเคถูกต้องไม่ยอมทำตาม
โอเคค่ะ anyone want to share with us คะ you yes please ค่ะ
Can you see my screen ค่ะ
yes ค่ะ
Um
Is it like this?
Okay, can you tell?
Yeah, this one I use label, and this one I use text box, and then I create a frame, and then I create two options, single and married, and then also label and text box, and this one, command and button.
Okay, very good ค่ะ very good so you are
ธัญนุชค่ะ
ค่ะ what's your nickname คะ
โดนัทค่ะ
donut ค่ะ thank you ค่ะ donut ค่ะ
Thank
very
you
good
ค่ะ
ค่ะ okay ค่ะ so we just have a template here share screen okay so we have thing like a file template here that we're gonna work with next week
เขา
and
แชร์
you
สกรีน
also have to do this homework write a template of this as well
เขาลืมแชร์สกรี
sorry
นใช่ไหม
this one okay so we finish up to the here and then
อาจาร
I
ย์ครั
will
บ
write
I think you forgot to share the screen
okay thank you ค่ะ I think I did but I don't know why forget again thank you so much นะคะ to remind me I think
ในทีไม่ทำงานเลย
we can skip this one because it's quite similar to others but I would like you to do this so it's like we have 3 color and then we're gonna mix by using here we use go bar นะคะ please remember we're gonna use go bar to mix these three color so if we move to the left to the right it's gonna show the color that we choose and then it's a mix of these three so these 4 that you look at here is a text box okay and then you don't need to be worried about this we're gonna do it together here and then this is 3 scroll bar and then command button here you know already that if you mix red green and blue it become white right it's become white this is the hex of this okay hexagonal RGB I mean RGB color red green blue and this is hexa what I call hexadecimal color here okay showing that it is a white okay so this is your exercise first exercise and then the second exercise or homework this is your first homework and the second homework here suppose that we have 2 number so what we want to do with it add multiply divide subtract and the result would show here so you know that you can use a label this and then text box and then this one is a frame this is the option button and this is the command button so just please do these 2 as your homework exercise and then next week we ready to go through it I mean in a full version of it and the rest if we have more time we can do it later okay any question regarding to user form คะ
no
when is the deadline of the group project for ครับผม
after you learn how to I mean which one bootstrapping ใช่ไหมคะ or this one
no the user form one
user form after you learn it till next week after next week so you will have to learn it first how to do that นะคะ and 1 week after that it's just the very simple one นะคะ just 1 week
bootstrap is when นะครับอาจารย์
bootstrapping I guess probably the same I haven't put it on the project yet but I decided that you should next week as well is that okay คะ is that too much I think it's quite simple bootstrapping for that one to finish นะคะ
We'll
What
try ครับ
จริง What you think
I think it's too little time ครับ
Really Okay bootstrapping week after next week no 2 week after sorry นะคะ
Good
one
job
two
จริง
three four what day is today probably your user form you would submit on 25 and then 25 of October นะคะ and bootstrapping on the 1st of November is that okay ครับจริงๆ
โอเคครับผม
Okay นะคะ so bootstrapping on the 1st your deadline is on the 1st of November and for user form group project should be on 25 or 25th of October is that okay คะนะ
very okay ครับผม thank you
โอเคค่ะ any question คะ regarding to your user form คะโอเคค่ะ so if you don't have any more question you can go to the next class or don't forget you have homework exercise นะคะ so next week so we can go a little bit quicker than this
อาจารย์ครับdo we have to submit the homework exercise to your email
no because it individual it's gonna be too much if you submit to me นะคะ so because what I want is that you have that one ready so once we go to that user form template so we can continue from what you already have in your Excel นะคะ you don't need to recreate it in the class which take time to do that you know what I mean ครับ
ครับ
Okay thank you ครับธนาดล
thank you ครับ
Okay any other question คะ Okay if you don't have one thank you very much for coming so I will see you next week นะคะ Monday next week ค่ะ
ขอบคุณครับ
ค่ะขอบคุณค่ะ